Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Alaya. Alaya, H, is essentially an Indian name most often associated with the Buddhist term ālaya-vijñāna, which roughly translates to the storehouse consciousness, with Alaya meaning dwelling, abode, and Vijñāna meaning consciousness. The concept was developed by the Yogācāra school of Indian Buddhism long ago, sometime between the 2nd and 5th centuries. It basically represents our karma's home base, so to speak. It's the 8th level of consciousness after the 6 senses, sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, thought, and the 7th consciousness is represented by our misguided awareness or delusive perceptions of our stream of consciousness. The 8th consciousness provides the basis of the other 7, reflexive memory, where all energy is stored, while the other 7 levels of consciousness are forever evolving and transforming. The goal is to cleanse this mixture of yin/yang energy in the ālaya-vijñāna until it's purified into goodness and wisdom. Such purification leads to awakening. If you like this name for its Buddhist connection, then you might want to stick with the Alaya spelling, without the H, otherwise it looks more like an Americanized elaboration. Just consider the awe-inspiring Himalayan mountain range that spans the Indian subcontinent with Nepal/Tibet. Himalaya means house of snow from the elements Alaya, abode, and Hima, snow. Lastly, some American parents are using Alaya, H, as an alternative spelling of Aliyah, which means ascent in Hebrew, in reference to the Jewish diaspora. In Zionist ideology, it represents the Israelites' return to the Promised Land, from which the Jewish people were expelled, dating back to the Babylonian exile of the 6th century BC. Personality of the girl named Alaya. The 3 energy is powerful and enthusiastic. These personalities are cheerful, full of self-expression, and often quite emotional. They have an artistic flair and gift of gab that makes them natural entertainers. Their joyfulness bubbles over, and their infectious exuberance draws a crowd. The 3 personality is like a child, forever young and full of delight. They are charming, witty, and generally happy people. The 3 personality lives in the now and has a spontaneous nature. 3 seem to live with a bright and seemingly unbreakable aura that attracts others to them. In turn, they are deeply loyal and loving to their friends and family. Luck also has a tendency to favor number 3s. Popularity of the girl named Alaya. Alaya did not show up on the American popularity charts until 2010, following Alayah in 2009. Both names are quite new to the top 1,000 list, so it's hard to ascertain if the influence is coming from Indian Americans, African Americans, or general appreciators of Buddhism. Perhaps some parents just like the sound of the name above all else. We do have to assume that part of the name's attraction is coming from the popularity of Alaya, but so many of these names seem to morph together. Quick facts on Alaya. Gender, girl. Origin, American. Number of syllables, 3. Ranking popularity, 613. Pronunciation, Alaya. Simple meaning, dwelling, abode. Characteristics of Alaya. Optimistic, communicative, dramatic, popular, social, creative, happy. Cultural references to the baby name Alaya.